Homegrown food technology firm How Foods is on a mission to improve people's well-being by creating healthier versions of traditional foods. And it's using artificial intelligence to do that. A system which can analyze food products and alter their nutrition content.
We aim to change how people actually consume food in the future. The dream is to eat anything that you want, but do not consume the negative nutritional values of it.
In 2018, How Foods introduced a low-calorie ice cream that contains less sugar and fat.
Contrary to popular belief, it's not just a simple substitution of ingredients or just taking something out and putting back in. For example, in ice creams, you don't take out just sugar and replace it with artificial sweetener or a natural sweetener. You actually change it as a system. You have to think about the whole physical chemical property of the entire food build up to actually effect that change in calories, in sugar, in fat, all at the same time.
The startup has also been hard at work in reformulating food staples like noodles and baked goods. The reformulation lowers the carbohydrate content and increases dietary fiber.
Instead of having the therapy part of curing metabolic diseases, systemic diseases, we could actually prevent it by doing something for the food industry.
To expand its team and research capability, How Foods has raised around 3 million Singapore dollars in funding from family offices and venture capital firms. Among its investors is coffee shop chain Killarney Group, whose partnership with the startup has spawned a line of reformulated tea and coffee products.
We are Asians, right? We love our cheng teng, our char kway teow, our nasi lemak and everything. We want it to be as decadent, as guilty as possible, right, when we eat it. But the truth is that science is not magic. So there will be some compromise when it comes to reformulation. With our technology, we aim to minimize the difference in taste and texture as much as possible, pre and post reformulation.
Appealing to the taste buds is a goal shared by alternative protein company Shiok Meats. Its cell-based products also address consumers' ethical concerns about the food they eat.
Cell-based meats is an offshoot from stem cell technology which was used for therapy of diseases or for cancer therapy or vaccine development and so on. So we basically at Shiok Meats take out stem cells from sea animals like shrimp, crab or lobster, and then we grow them outside of the animal's body to make the meat. So we essentially don't grow the full animal, we only grow part of the animal, which is what we eat. So the reason behind doing this is to reduce animal cruelty.
The method offers an alternative to the shrimp farming industry. But one issue right now is the price.
It costs about $3,500 for a kilogram of shrimp meat, but it's reduced from the $10,000 that we initially were spending on, and then it became $5,000, and now we're at $3,500. But we're looking to reduce it to actually $50 per kilogram in the next 1 year, and that's when we're looking at a commercial launch in 2022.
Shiok Meats recently raised over $12 million in Series A funding to support its research and commercialization drive. The company's near-term goal is to set up a plant where it can produce cell-based shrimp meat for dumplings and other shrimp-based dishes.
We are doing research and development to make sure that the product can be scaled up to a level where we can produce a couple of 100 kilograms a month. So I think the challenge that comes with it is the scale, the size of the manufacturing plant that we have to build.
Shiok Meats stands on a sweet spot where the market for alternative meat is expected to hit $140 billion by 2029, taking up 10% of the trillion-dollar global meat industry, according to a Barclays report. As global populations rise, food technology firms also play a key role in increasing food supply. Food incubators like Innovate 360 are helping Singapore startups to meet that demand.
There are actually 5 key areas that we look at. The first is agri-tech, followed by deep tech, sustainability, food security, and health. So when we look at investing in a startup or incubating in a startup, we look at the startup and see whether they have a sustainable business model, do they fill a market gap, or do they have extremely disruptive potential to existing markets.
Shock Meats and How Foods are among the 28 startups that are being assisted by Innovate 360. It's an undertaking that can be very risky.
They don't have a track record. They have no revenue, they have no shelf-stable product at times, and they might not have any customer base. However, we can overcome these risks by working closely with these startups to ensure that they get the funding they need, the mentorship they need, the facilities they need to grow and scale. We work closely with them to ensure that their ideas become a reality, that they actually get onto the shelves, and they actually have sales.
For How Foods, the main challenge goes beyond understanding culinary science.
Food is a very nostalgic type of consumer behavior. Food evokes a lot of memories in us. If you reformulate food, sometimes if the taste is not there, you will not want to eat it. However healthy it is, however cheap it is, you will not buy it, right? As long as it tastes good, people will want to buy it. And I think that is the biggest challenge for us.